good afternoon. Welcome to the live studio here in Wakefield, the How to Craft network, where you can come and get some fabulous inspiration with me, Toni. This studio gives you a plethora of inspiration in regards to stamping, die cutting, anything really to do with craft apart from soft craft. Maybe one day we will get somebody in from soft craft, but at the moment it's all about the card making and your home decor and mixed media and scrapbooking and mini albums and everything else that we love in between. So if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click that subscribe button. I know a lot of you tune in, so to never miss a show, make sure you click that subscribe button. And there is a little bell. If you click that too, you'll get all the notifications when somebody is live in this studio. So whether it be me, Simon, Carly, Claire, you'll always get those notifications. After the live video, if you can pop a comment below, that would be brilliant. I do have a giveaway today. I love my giveaways. So we will be doing a giveaway. All you need to do is pop a comment below on the live video when I've finished and I've gone off air. And then I'll pick a winner and I will announce it on Tuesday, because Simon is live in the studio at 1 o'clock on Monday. And I'm back with you on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Just a couple of updates then. We have some shows tomorrow over on Create and Craft. I'm with you at 6 o'clock for a little sneak peek of what's going to be launching on the Weekender over on Sunday on Create and Craft, but also tomorrow Sandra Carey is live on Create and Craft with Pretty Penny too. So check out that schedule and make sure you click the record button if it's something you may want to watch and get that inspiration. I know Sandra's got a lot of demos with some inky techniques and some techniques that are not really heard of, which are difficult, but she makes look really easy. So there is the inspiration all day on Saturday, which is super cool. So let's say hello to everybody. Hi Jeanette, hi Brenda, Amanda, Irene, Sarah, Jackie, Marilyn, Rosie. Lovely to see you all. Did you all see the Facebook Live this morning at 10 o'clock? So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the products that we're launching over on Create and Craft tomorrow. I'm not going to go into great detail. I do encourage you to go back and watch the Facebook Live if you can. I do have some bad news. The bad news is if you are wanting any of the products from us here at Stamps by Me, they have all gone. Okay, is this a sign of the times? They have all sold out. So unfortunately I don't have anything. You will need to go to Create and Craft. Now if you do like any of the embossing folders or the subscription box, the embossing folders are still available as individuals but are holding on by a thread. Okay, I do encourage you, if you do like the embossing folders, particularly all of them, they have discounted them, so you are saving quite a bit of money if you get them all. But I do appreciate people like to buy as individuals, but they are hanging on by a thread. If you do like those, you need to go and check those out. And the subscription, well, I'm calling it subscription box, it's actually a creative box. Again, I'm told is already selling. So, but we don't have any. So I know people are buying, which is incredible. So if you have purchased, thank you very much. But I'm just going to quickly show you a rundown of what is in the show tomorrow. I'm just going to show you my boards for tomorrow's show. Now I am live in this studio tomorrow, okay, with Create and Craft. So I'm not traveling to TV. It'll be on Zoom, but it will be in my studio, which is brilliant, which means I don't have to spend 5 hours on the road, you know. Somebody's got care of my son as well, which is incredible. So I'm just going to show you very quickly our fabulous boards. So we have 5 brand new embossing folders, and these are our fabulous watercolour embossing folders. Now you're probably thinking, watercolour embossing folders, what's all that about? The images are so deep and so crisp that you can watercolour on them. So basically they are a 3D embossing folder with an extra kick, or that extra element of bite. They are incredible. So you can do all of the traditional stuff that you would do with your embossing folders, all of the techniques. I'm going to do a few as well before we get into our first demo today. But also you can pick up that pen or that brush or that paintbrush and you can watercolour onto them, or you can alcohol ink onto them as well. They are incredible. So this is the first one. Very unique. I don't think I've seen anything like this where you get an individual flower on an embossing folder. People think they have to fill all of the background, which is nice. I have some incredible embossing folders, but when I was looking through all of the embossing folders, I felt like, you know, what happens if I just want to put a flower on an envelope? And I'll show you a fabulous card as well. So these are truly beautiful focal points on your card. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we have the beautiful Picked For You. So this is sort of like the large open flower. You can see here with the gold embossing, gold gilding on there as well. So you also have the watercolour effect as well. Now it looks flat, doesn't it? But it is so 3D, and I don't think, if I tilt it back, maybe we might be able to get the 3D on there a little bit as well. So I'll just tilt it back. Just 1 second. I really want to capture this if we can. We will try our best because they are so 3D. It's incredible. So this is sort of like going rogue here, you know. I'm going to try our best for you though. I don't know if keep going. Can we see the 3D? Oh, just there we go. Can we see that there? So it's so 3D, but yet when you put your paints over the top, it actually looks like a painted image. Add some splats, add a sentiment, and you are literally good to go. So that's the first one. Large open flower, great focal point on a card. But then obviously there's 5 in the collection. So here is the beautiful next one. I love this one. And I've done this one on gold board for you, just to show you the examples of what you'll be able to do with them, should you want to experiment yourself. So here we have the beautiful sort of peony cluster and the large leaves. So this is on gold. You can see that there. Incredible. And then here we have the one with some gilding wax on top. So that's that one. So Tracy, question, will we be restocking them? We have ordered more, but they will be a few weeks. And unfortunately, we don't do pre-order. We just don't do it. I always say, oh, if we put it on pre-order, they say it'll be with us in 2 weeks, but we can just never trust with the current situation. So we don't do pre-order, but as soon as they land in the building, we let you know, and then we can get them out straight to you, knowing the fact that they're in the building, and we can get them straight out. So then we have this beautiful one. So this is your idyllic iris. So again, you can see that lovely, lovely 3D here. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see even better there, look at that. So this is a single flower again, and then you get your gold over the top there, giving you that overlay. If you want to just go gold on black, you can. Think of all the beautiful things that you've got in your stash. So you can paint on top of these as well. Love them all. Oh, I don't think they'll be around long on Create and Craft as well tomorrow night. I really don't. Not with what I'm told, and with how they've gone on our website as well today. Wow. So this is your perfectly pressed. We do have another just shy of 30 designs. We have commissioned those already because I think these are going to be super popular. So we have the perfectly pressed, and again, it's 3D. And then you can do your gilding over the top of there. But again, watercoloured, should you wish. And then we have your beautiful dancing dahlia. So you can see there. So you'll see the, and I'm going to run a few through, and here it is with the black with the gold on there too. So beautiful, beautiful designs. Let's show you what you can do with them, okay? I'm not going to spend ages on them though, ladies and gents, because I am live tomorrow, and I'll show you as many techniques as I can live on air before they sell out. I'm confident they are going to sell out. It's not very often I say that, but I am confident they will sell out. But I'm going to show you a few techniques first, and then we'll have a look at the fabulous creative box, which I've had so much fun with. So let's do this first. So plates. So let's talk about plates. So I have my embossing plates, and I've used them on my snap, and I've used them on here. I would just say mess around with these sandwiches until you're absolutely happy. Okay, so for my embossing machine, cut and emboss I've got my D plate, my B. I have my metal shim in there. Now I don't think we need that. I think we could take that out. And then I have a blue embossing mat, and then I have my A mat. Does that make sense, this A mat here? So they're the ones that I'm using, but do not force anything through your machine. If it won't take it naturally, take out one of the thin mats and then push it through. And if you're happy with what comes out of the other end, if you're thinking, do you know what, it could do with that a little bit more, but I'm not sure, add a piece of paper, have a plate, because everybody's machines are going to be different. But I will say to you, they are the best. I know I'm saying something quite big here, but they are probably the best embossing folders in the industry for what you can create. Depth-wise, they are incredible. So let's create something pretty. So let's just get let's just move our mat, and let's grab one of the embossing folders. So they come obviously packaged. like so. You get a pretty picture on the back giving you the idea and the design of what it looks like when you run it through your machine, so you're not lost as to what it's going to look like. You can always see the design when you run it through there. So let's just go with the peony on its own first of all. So let's just go white first. Hey, shall we just show you? So you have, for those of you who maybe never used an embossing folder, you have like an embossed and debossed. Now it doesn't matter what you do, it looks incredible on both sides. So I'll just pop this white cardstock in here, look. And then we'll just put this on here, pop our mat on, and then our apply, and then we'll just run this one through very, very quickly. I love the single ones, and the ones that we've just commissioned as well, the designs, they have single butterflies, single trees. So basically the embossing folder is doing all of the talking. Don't really need much else on your card then. So let's just move all of this out of the way. And then when you open your embossing folder, she says get it open, have this beautiful, I hope you can see that, change of card shape, Leslie, yes? We'll see how 3D that is. It's incredible. Let's get some ink on it, but let me show you the reverse. How gorgeous that is. Look at that. So gorgeous. So let's just get a bit of ink on this one, then we'll do another one. Just move these to the side. I'll just get rid of my mask. They'll look ugly. You'll not be disappointed with these, you really won't. You really won't. And embossing folders are on the up, aren't they? I think everybody's starting to do them now, which is nice. So let's go with some bright colours just to show you how we can enhance this design very, very quickly. So I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock. What did I do with my cardstock? Oh, here it is. So let's just add a bit of colour to this, very, very simply. So let's add a pink flower. Jeanette, don't worry, you haven't missed anything. I've just run this beautiful design through here. I'm just going to take my brush, just going to get rid of any excess colour that's already on there, which looks like it was yellow. And I'm going to take some of this lovely pink, and all I'm going to do, sorry, red, looks red to me. Festive berries, yes, it's red. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop my brush onto the head of the flower here. Just going to brush some red onto there. Can we see that here? So I'm just putting my brush as flat as I possibly can. And I'm angling it in the centre, get some colour in that centre there. See that there? And then I'll just clean my brush. And let's swap out for the green leaves. Make sure my brush is clean or else I'll end up with a brown. And then the green, I'm just going to twist round and I'm just going to add some green to the leaves. You see here, just enhancing those leaves a little bit. I try and go darker so it picks it up a little bit better. As anybody else, and I mean, I always love to know about other companies. As you know, I love a lot of other companies, and we're not scared to promote other companies here. We support all brands, as you know. Has anybody seen any embossing folders that have got like a single flower? I've seen a single word, but I haven't seen an embossing folder that's had a single flower. Has anybody else? So whilst I've asked that question, look at this pretty design here. Look how gorgeous that is. I mean, and I've just dusted that ever so lightly, and then if you add some splats and a sentiment, you've got an instant card. That's without picking up a brush. So that is one way. Can I just have a look on the overhead just to see if I can pick up? You can see how gorgeous that is. Absolutely incredible. That would make a beautiful sympathy card, and I know we don't like doing them. So let's move on to one of the other folders then. So that's one of the techniques you can do. Let's use this one next. So next I'm going to quickly use the plush peony. Now tomorrow I'm going to try and get through as many techniques, because there's a lot, using embossing folders to show you that what is quite an inexpensive product, which they are, you can get some really, really cracking looks. So let's move this aside. Let's move that aside for now. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to grab some white card again. And now it depends which side you want to work on here. So on the embossed side, if I pop this down on here and put colour on this here with my ink pad, that colour is going to transfer into the recess of this design. So let's show you. So let's grab an ink pad. What colour shall we go for? Let's go for a nice blue. I'm just going to take a blue ink pad. Now you can spray it with water as well. You'll get a watercolour finish, but this is going to give you a really textured background. So I'm just taking the ink pad here and I'm just adding the ink like so all over the panel here, just flat. Get that colour on there, and don't forget to clean your embossing folder after though, because you'll obviously have colour on there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop my cardstock inside the embossing folder, and we'll shut that one up, and then we'll run it through our machine. So let's grab our plates. Think about ombre effects as well, they look pretty cool. So just lift those two up, pop that down. And then we'll run this one through. Oh, I hope it isn't going to be, well, if it does get cancelled, I'm home. But it's not the end of the world. So I'm just going to push this one through. So it's all a little bit exciting, isn't it, hey? Is everyone well? I hope everyone's okay. I know we've got a few people that are poorly and things like that, haven't we? So let's show you what this looks like. Let's just move our plates. One thing I do need to tell you about though, which is really important, which came from our design team member Marilyn. She said that sometimes the card, it depends on what card she uses, it cracks. Now that's not the embossing folder's fault, it's the product that you're putting inside. But Marilyn says, whether it's true or not, but I'm sure she doesn't lie, is if you spray the cardstock with a little bit of water, if you're getting like all your cards come through cracked because of the cardstock you're using, she says if you spray it with a little bit of water, it stops the cracks. I think the water probably loosens the fibres in your cardstock. So give it a try if everything you're doing is getting cracked. I haven't had the problem yet, but I suppose it depends what you're using. So when I open this one, there we go, look at that one. You just take it off and we have this beautiful design on there, which is absolutely incredible. You don't have to do much else there. Sentiment on a 6x6 card and you're literally good to go, can you? So if you turn it over onto the deboss side, look at that. How gorgeous is that as well? So don't forget, use them both sides, okay, so they work beautifully. So that's that. Shall we do one more and then we'll move on to our demo? So let's do this one. I like them all, so don't have a favourite, they're all my favourites. Never seen one flower before. Yeah, I haven't either. But sometimes, you know, we do miss these things. I'll just set this aside. So let's do the Dancing Dahlia this time. But what we'll do with this one, now you know you can use your inks now. What we'll do with this one is we'll do it on some gold card. Just to show you how gorgeous it is. Now, I did do it on a piece of gold a couple of weeks ago and it cracked. But I swore I got a different piece of gold. I couldn't tell you where they're from, unfortunately. They're just in my stash. And this one didn't. So I'm hoping that I've picked up the right one again to show you that it doesn't crack. But again, people are saying I think if you spray it, you get a little bit of a better result. So I'll pop that down there, pop my mat on, pop my board on, and we'll run this one through. The water trick works a treat. I haven't had to do it yet, but Do try it if your cardstock is. So this, look at that, I mean, that is beautiful. If you did an ombre effect with that, it'd look incredible, wouldn't it? Or maybe with your, like, oops, with your sprays and things. So if you've got, say for instance, our mica sprays, or the Pearly Wink sprays, or the Spellbinder sprays, whatever you've got in your stash, they will look cool. I was just looking there to see if it had cracked, but it doesn't look like it has. Ta-da! Let me just hold it. You have a small crack there, but look at that detail. And I'll show. Looks like a piece of metal. Does it? Let's show you to the front too. The detail is incredible. I'm absolutely over the moon with them. And then here is the reverse. So you can see if you turn this over now, let's grab a colour, go for a dark, let's go for black actually. And if we just brushed over this one slightly, let's just make sure my brush is clean, grab some paper. We've got this black, and then we just slightly brushed over here. This is the reverse, remember? How cool that looks, that's the reverse. Looks like very chalkboardy. Now I've got going, I can't stop. There we go. Does that looks like a sketch now, doesn't it? So that's on the debossed side. Okay. So there we go. So I'm not going to play any more with them. I'll show you some more techniques tomorrow. Here is one that's just with the blended ink there on the, just with some splats. So dimensional, absolutely incredible. So there we go. So let's move these out of the way. So I hope you like those as much as I do and the design team do. I've been busting a gut since Christmas to show you these, to be honest, but you know, I don't like to push things that are actually not in the building yet. So there we go. There we go. So all nice and clean. So are we all okay? Okay, we're all good. Love these. Oh, ordered from C&C. That's the only place you can get them now, which is the first time ever, I think. So let's do the lovely creative box. So we have our fabulous creative box now. The creative box was put together. So if you are a little bit of a kit fan and like all of the embellishments that work together, then you would be able to do that with this lovely, lovely kit. So in this kit we get, I'm going to quickly do it, then we'll do a demo using it. We get this lovely, lovely sort of lovely open, it's like a Chinese sort of flower effect, and then you get the lovely, lovely sentiments up there. I'll turn it over, mine's a mess unfortunately, and I'll show you, I've already done a bit of prep. So you get a lovely A5 stamp set in there. You get a Smile Beautiful die. I love this Smile Beautiful, I love it. So I'm telling you to smile because you're beautiful. And then if you turn it over, you can see it's quite a big one, and then you get that lovely coordinating outline on there. We have a small embossing folder. This is only 2D, not 3D, but it's beautiful and it works with this lovely stencil. So it coordinates with your stencil, so you'll be able to create backgrounds and have some embossed work on your cards too, if you like autumnal leaves and things like that. And then you get a plethora of stencils in here, which are huge. I mean, look at the size of that. Instant cards, absolutely huge. So you can see the design on there. This collection is called Smile. They are sort of limited edition. When they're gone, they're gone. We won't ever do the stamp again. So if you are into all of that, then you once it's gone, it's gone. So that's that one. Then we have our trusted stripes. So, you know, when we did the stripe design on our last channel, last video, then you can do this yourself, putting some ink through. You don't have to have the pen. And then we have the lovely rose design, which is going to give you that watercolour look, spray through, watercolour through, fine line through, instant cards. Again, you also get the clear black back resin sort of domed gel drops that look like water drops, and then you get the gorgeous sequins that you all saw me use the other day, which is iridescent sequins in all different sizes. Super sparkly, these ones. So that's basically the creative kit. If you are thinking about buying this one, wait till the live show, because I think it comes down quite a lot, this one, in the live show. So, and it's incredible value, really. So, oh, but better not put it away because I'm using it. So let's pop it on the back here. So first of all, I am going to use that lovely stamp. Now, I have lots of samples, but what I'll do, instead of going through them in our studio today, we'll go through them live on Create and Craft, if that's okay. So we have our lovely stamp, and let's create a pretty card. Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? What have I missed? Happy birthday. I'd sing, but no, you'd turn off. And I need to keep you all watching, so I'm not singing. So let's stamp out this design first and show you how gorgeous it is. So I have my white cardstock here, which is now mucky because of a mucky paw print already. So let's use this stamp. Happy birthday, Viv. So I'm going to use the lovely stamp. Let's show you how big it is for one. It's huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to creep the design up the side here. Like so. I'm just going to do this one in pure black. Must sort out my hinges. Toni, it's Viv's birthday. Happy birthday, Viv. I know it's not the best at the moment with everything that's going on, but all the same, happy birthday, sweetheart. So let's stamp this lovely design out. Now this looks incredible in gold embossing, you know, with all the lines. This is really different. And I am trying to put different things in our creative boxes. And if you are a kit fan, then they're a great starting point. But what I will say to you is what I said to you on Facebook this morning, that if you're looking at the kit and you only think, I'd only use one or two of the products in there, then don't buy the kit. Please don't buy it, because what will happen is it will just end up in a drawer because you know yourself that you're not going to use it. But if you're looking at the kit and thinking, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I will do this, I will do that, then it's going to be a good purchase because you're already filled with inspiration by just looking at it, okay? And if you feel that way, then it's going to be a great purchase. So there we go. Look how gorgeous that is. I absolutely love this design. I'm just popping this back on the carrier sheet here, and we'll come back to this. I'm just going to let it dry itself. So ahead of time, I've cut a piece of cardstock which is going to fit beautifully in the lovely embossing folder which is in the kit. Just going to find it. Here we go. So this is a beautiful panel embossing folder, so it gives you like a panel in the center of your card. Now you could do the ink technique on there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through first and then I'm going to add my ink. Just gives you a little bit of difference in texture, but absolutely you could go to town and add that ink on there if you wanted to. So let's just quickly run this one through. Pop on there. Make sure you get your mats right. If it runs through very easy and very fast and you don't get much texture, then add another shim, whatever your machine booklet recommends, or maybe a sheet of card or something. But if it doesn't and it just grabs it, because it's just grabbing that nicely for me, and I'm happy with the texture that I get, but it'd be different for everybody's machines. So let's see what this looks like. So can we see the design on there, the lovely leaf? Absolutely beautiful. Love it, love it. So let's just pop this to one side. And let's add some colour to this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do sort of an ombre colour on this one. So I'm going to go green. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of greeny colours. So I've got peeled paint, evergreen, bow, and then I've got twisted citron. Let's go with these three and see how we get on. So just pop these ones away for now. I'm just going to take my blending brush again and my scrap piece of paper. What have I done with you? Here we go. Now just clean my brush. Get rid of that black. Embossing envelopes. Shall I show you that sample, Michaela? I think I showed it this morning. But let me just show you. Look how incredible the embossing is on this envelope. Look at that. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? Now that matches the card that's on the board. And if you look at the back, sorry, you have the deboss. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So if you are using the single flowers, use them on your envelopes as well, because you just know it's going to look lovely for the extra special person that you're sending it to. So let's go with the lighter green at the top here. So I'm just popping it on, and I'm not pressing too hard, but I do want to get some colour down on that, so you can see the leaves now coming to life. So this coordinates beautifully with the stencil that's in the box too. So I might do this colour, and then I'm not going to do peeled paint because it's such a close colour. So the next one I'm going to do is evergreen bow, or bow as some of you may call it. We're going to have sort of a gradient of greens. And then I'm going to go into a blue, just simply because that green I have is too close to the top green. Really, really pretty. There we go. Nice, hey? So let's just move all of this out of the way for now. So what I did ahead of time was I fussy cut. I heat embossed this image in black. Can we see that? It's got a shiny element to it. It's shiny. And I did that because I wanted a little bit of a resist, okay? But then I just fussy cut around the edge now. The image is just so complicated to fussy cut within here. And I wouldn't bother if I was personally you. And I'll show you a little bit of a hack, as I would call it, or a cheat, to maybe push that white element back. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my little watercolour palette here. And the white space in there, I'm just going to push it back a little bit so it's not like in my face. So just going to mix some of this like ochre yellow colour here. Nothing fancy. By the way, these are back in stock. The big, I mean, I use the little one. I don't use the big one I will get the big one actually once this is used up, but these big ones are back in stock. So for those of you that have been waiting, they are in FBL, okay? So all I'm going to do with this lovely ochre is I'm just going to go into that white space around the design. I'm just going to push that white back. Now, when you first pop it down, it probably looks a little bit dark, but it's honestly, it's okay. Go with it because it dries back so much lighter. So I'm just filling in that white space. Very, very easy. Nothing too complicated. Like so, so you can see now we've pushed it back a little bit. It's not as sort of striking on the eye. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make something quite pretty with this one. So I'm just going to colour all of the sort of heads. Now I haven't got to worry about getting it over the edges or anything like that because it's heat embossed, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pinky colour. I'm just going to add a small touch of pink into the flower heads. And the embossed image will just resist that, and I'll get a pool on top of, which will just wipe away. So just a soft pink. So again, that when that dries back, it'll be non-existent. And then just on the buds there, I'm going to just add a little touch of green to tie it into our background. And then the green. And if you get it over like I have there, it is honestly not the end of the world. Just take some water, push it out. And there we go. Missed one there. So all covered evenly. There we go. So ahead of time, I did the heat emboss on another one, and I fussy cut these heads, look. We'll see here. Some random heads, just fussy cut them out of another image here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of colour to these as well, very, very quickly. I'm not bothered if I leave any white spaces too, because they'll obviously make it look like light and shade. And there we go. So then all I'm going to do now is let's just move this out of the way. Let's just move this to one side for now, let it all dry itself. Move that to one side, make sure my hands are clean. So I have a white top folding note card, and then we have our pretty design that we put a stamp around, you know, towards the edge of, and hopefully this should sit nicely within here. Use a lucky mark there. I'm going to stick this one flat. So we will be working all week on this creative box, but please don't worry if you don't buy it. You don't have to buy it. You will find other things in your stash that will work equally as well, I'm certain of it. We're going to be doing some stenciling techniques with what's in the box as well. So then we have our lovely panel here. So when you pop the panel on, look what happens. You lose half of the design, but that's meant to be like that, okay? So when you pop it down, and then it's a case of how we're going to build our pretty card. So now if you wanted to, you could glue it flat cut off the excess and it'd match with the design underneath, but I'm not happy with that, okay? So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to pad this one. When I find my pads, here we go. I better put some in the middle because it'll sink. Take all of those pads off the back. Got to look up then. I'm just going to pop this. I'm going to pop it a little bit higher and you'll see why in a second. Now you could bring it over if you wanted to, like top corner. I don't think, you know, have a play with your design, see what you like the best. In fact, let's go top corner. Why not? I don't do central, as you all know. So there we go. So before I stick anything else, I should have really done my sentiment before I stuck that on, but I'm going to go with it. So I'm just going to grab one of the sentiments, which is that these are incredible sentiments. They have the centre missing, so you can use them as like you can put glitter in between if you want to. I'm just going to grab an acrylic block before I'm just going to pop my stamp down on my mat here. Look, move that over, down on my mat here, and then when it's settled, I'm just going to pick it up with my block, and then I'm going to ink it up in black. This is very risky to do actually without my Eureka. Hopefully I'll get it all. Then I'm just going to pop Smile under this part here. Oh, there we go. I'm happy with that one. Thank goodness. So just move that one over there, and then we can start to sort of create our pretty design. I am going to go there. I'm going to go flat on the side here. I don't want it built up too much. And then with our embellishments that we have sort of fussy cut out, I'm just going to grab some little pads here. I'll just cut into these pads here. Be smaller. And then I'll just decoupage a few of the flower heads. Not a lot, but a few, just to give us a little bit of dimension. Give it a pull. In fact, I'm going to twist it up rather than twist it up so it looks elevated up, if that makes sense. Looks like a butterfly. I'm going to twist the design up. I was going to go down, but I'm going to go up. I'll just do a few more. I could do with popping a pad under there, actually stop it from sinking, which I will do. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more, which is this one. then we've got to add some sparkles, haven't we? So let's add some of our lovely sparkles, which are delightful. All different sizes. Don't be scared to hide some of like the sparkles half under your project and half on your project, because that does look quite pretty. Let's put one on the card itself. Show you how back in a second, so I'll just move these to one side. Okay. So there we go. I'll just show you from the side so you can see the dimension on there too. You can see the dimension on the side there, but then when you bring it around to the front, you get all that sparkle on there too. Now, just a quick one, because I think, you know how I told you to get rid of that white space? It will just bug me if I don't do it. So I told you to get rid of that white space, didn't I, with the ochre, which is the colour that we always use to push our white space back. I'm just going to go over it with a touch of green, because I think like it's fighting with our background. So let's just add a little touch of green on top of it and tie it in together a little bit darker. You know, so don't be scared to do something, you know. If you're not quite happy with it, you can play. Well, it ends up playing and then you end up with layer after layer after layer, don't you? But you know, so I'm happier now that it's a green tone and it's not fighting with my background, whereas before with the ochre colour it's sort of like not wanting to play ball. I'm just tying it all together just a little bit. So nothing lost there. So we can see now I like it a little bit better. So the last thing to do now is just add those lovely splats. And onto the embossing folder, just for texture. There we go, I'm happy with that one now. Oof, saved it. Just. So there we go. There we go. So that green's not fight, that ochre now is not fighting, it's all green. So there we go. I hope I'll move out of the way for a quick picture on that one. There we go. And then hopefully you will tune in tomorrow for our lovely create and craft shows. I cannot guarantee what will be left. I'm probably going to end up with a call after this show again. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Everybody likes my product, so I'm super, super happy. Yep, Karen's saying better. Yep, tied it all together with that green. And it probably could have done with matte and lead onto maybe some gold mirror or a piece of black. I'm not sure. But you get the gist. You have your own ideas and your own inspirations probably coming just from that little quick card there. So whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay connected, and don't forget tomorrow Sandra is with you, Pretty Penny, and she's with you at 9:45, I believe. Check the schedule though, don't hold me to it. And again, she's got some really affordable stamps and dies in her show. So that's that. So what the giveaway is, which I will announce on Tuesday when I'm back live with you at 3 o'clock, is the subscription box or the creative box, whatever you want to call it. I will be doing a giveaway for the product, for the full box. So when I finished with it on TV, I will send out the box to a winner who pops a comment underneath this live YouTube class, how we call it. So I hope you're all well. I will love you all and leave you, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the evening, bright and breezy. Well, it's tea time, isn't it? So whatever you're doing, stay safe, and I will catch you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye.